Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chapter 7. Shri Shuka Uvacha Evam Bruvanam Maitreyam Dvaipayana Suto Bhudaha Preenayanniva Bharatya Vidura Pratyabhashata. Sri Sukadeva Goswami said, O King, while Maitreya, the great sage, was thus speaking, Vidura, the learned son of Dvaipayana Vyasa, expressed a request in a pleasing manner by asking this question. Vidura uvacha Brahman katam bhagavatas chinmatrasya vikarinaha leelaya chapi yujyeran nirgunasya gunah kriyaha. Sri Vidura said, O great Brahmana, since the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the complete spiritual whole and is unchangeable, how is he connected with the material modes of nature and their activities? If this is his pastime, how do the activities of the unchangeable take place and exhibit qualities without the modes of nature? क्रीडायामुध्यमोर्भस्य कामश्चिक्रीडिशान्यतः स्वतस्तृप्तस्य च कथं निवृत्तस्य सधान्यतः. Boys are enthusiastic to play with other boys or with various diversions because they are encouraged by desire, but there is no possibility of such desire for the Lord because he is self-satisfied and detached from everything at all times. Asrakshid Bhagavan Vishwam Gunamayatma Tasya samstapayatyetad bhuyah pratyapidhasyati. By his self-sheltered potency of the three modes of material nature, the Lord has caused the creation of this universe. By her he maintains the creation and conversely dissolves it again and again. Deshatah kalato yosa avavasta Deshatah kalato yosav avastatasvatonyatah aviluptavabodhatma sayujyeta jaya katam. The pure soul is pure consciousness and is never out of consciousness, either due to circumstances, time, situations, dreams, or other causes. How then does he become engaged in nescience? Bhagavaneka evaisha sarvakshetreshvavastitah amushya durbhagatvam va klesho va karmabhih kutah. The Lord, as a supersoul, is situated in every living being's heart. Why then do the living entities activities result in misfortune and misery. एतस्मिन् एतस्मिन् मे मनो विद्वन् किद्यते ज्ञानसङ्कटे तन्नः पराणुद विभो कश्मलं मानसं महत्. O great and learned one, my mind is greatly illusioned by the distress of this nescience, and I therefore request you to clear it up. Shri Sukha Uvacha Sa Ittam Choditah Ksatra Tattvajjignasuna Munihi Pratyaha Bhagavacchittaha Smayannivagatasmayaha. Sri Sukadeva Goswami said, O King Maitreya, being thus agitated by the inquisitive Vidura, at first seemed astonished, but then he replied to him without hesitation, since he was fully God conscious. Maitreya Uvacha Seyam Bhagavato Maya Yennayena Virudhyate Ishwarasya Vimuktasya Karpanyamuta Bandhanam. Sri Maitreya said, certain conditioned souls put forward the theory that the Supreme Brahman or the personality of Godhead is overcome by illusion or Maya, and at the same time they maintain that he is unconditioned. This is against all logic. Yadarthena vinamushya pumsa atma viparyayaha pratiyata upadrashtuhu swashirashchedanadikaha. The living entity is in distress regarding his self-identity. He has no factual background, like a man who dreams that he sees his head cut off. Yata jale chandra masaha kampadistat-kruto gunaha drishyate sannapi drashturratmano natmano gunaha. As the moon reflected on water appears to the seer to tremble due to being associated with the quality of the water, so the self associated with the matter appears to be qualified as matter. Savai nivrutti dharmena vasudevanukampaya bhagavad bhakti yogena tirodatte shanairiha. But that misconception of self-identity can be diminished gradually by the mercy of the personality of Godhead, Vasudeva, through the process of devotional service to the Lord in the mode of detachment. Yedendriyoparamota drashtatmani pare harau viliyante tada kleshaha samsuptasyeva kritsnashaha. When the senses are satisfied in the seer supersoul, the personality of Godhead, and merge in him, all miseries are completely vanquished, as after a sound sleep. Ashesha samklesha shamam viddhatte gunanuvadash. Ashesha samklesha shamam vidatte gunanuvadashravanam murarehe kim va punastat charanaravinda pararasevarati ratmalabdha. Simply by chanting and hearing the transcendental name, form, etc. of the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, one can achieve the cessation of unlimited miserable conditions. Therefore, what to speak of those who have attained attraction for serving the flavor of the dust of the Lord's lotus feet? Vidura uvacha sanchinnah sanshayes mahyam tava suktasina vibho ubhayatrapi bhagavan mano me sampradhavati. Vidura said, O powerful sage, my lord, all my doubts about the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the living entities have now been removed by your convincing words. My mind is now perfectly entering into them. Sadve tad vyahrutam vidwan natmamayayanam harehe abhatya partham nirmulam vishwamulam nayadbahihi. O learned sage, your explanations are very good, as they should be. Disturbances to the conditioned soul have no other basis than the movement of external energy of the Lord. Yascha mudatamo loke yascha buddhev param gatah tavubhau sukamedhete klishyatyantharito janah. Both the lowest of the fools and he who is transcendental to all intelligence enjoy happiness, whereas persons between them suffer the material pangs. Atar bhavam vinishchatya pratitasyapi natmanah tam chapi yushmacharana sevayaham puranudhe. But my dear son, I am obliged to you because now I can understand that this material manifestation is without substance, although it appears real. I am confident that by serving your feet, it will be possible for me to give up the false idea. Yatsevaya bhagavataha kūtastasya madudvishaha ratiraso bhavet tivraha padayorvyasanardhanah. By serving the feet of the spiritual master, one is enabled to develop transcendental ecstasy in the service of the personality of Godhead, who is the unchangeable enemy of the Madhu demon and whose service vanquishes one's material distresses. Durapahlavhyalpa tapasaha seva vaikuntavartmasu yatropagiyate nityam devadevo janardhanah. Persons whose austerity is meager can hardly obtain the service of the pure devotees who are progressing on the path back to the kingdom of God, the Vaikunthas. Pure devotees engage 100% in glorifying the Supreme Lord, who is the Lord of the demigods and the controller of all living entities. Srushtva mahadadini savikaranyanu tebhyo virajamudrutya tamanuh pravishadvibuhu. After creating the total material energy, the Mahat Tattva, and thereby manifesting the gigantic universal form with senses and sense organs, the Supreme Lord entered within it. Yamahuradham Purusham यमाहु आद्यं यमाहुराध्यं पुरुषं सहस्राङ्ग्रयुरुबाहुकम् यत्र विश्व इमे लोकाः सविकाशं त आसते. The Purusha incarnation lying on the causal ocean is called the original Purusha in the material creations, and in his Virat form, he whom all the planets and the inhabitants he in whom all the planets and their inhabitants live, he has many thousands of legs and hands. Yasmin dashavidah pranaha सेन्द्रियार्तेन्द्रियस्त्रिवृत् त्वयेरितो यतो वर्णास्तद्विभूतिर्वधस्वनः. O great Brahmana, you have told me that the gigantic Virat form and his senses, sense objects, and 10 kinds of life, air, exist with 3 kinds of life vigor. Now, if you will, kindly explain to me the different powers of the specific divisions. Yatra putraischa pautraischa druptrubhih saha gotrajaihi praja vichitra krutaya asanyabhiridham tatam. O my Lord, I think that the prowess manifest in the forms of sons, grandsons, and family members has spread all over the universe in different varieties and speeches. Prajapatinam sapatis chaklupte kan prajapatin sargamschaivanusargamscha manonmanvantaradhipan. O learned Brahmana, please describe how the leader of all the demigods, namely Prajapati, Brahma, decided to establish the various Manus, the heads of the ages. Please describe the Manus also, and please describe the descendants of those Manus. Uparyadhascha te loka mitratmajasate tesham samstam pramanam cha bhurlokasya cha varnaya. O son of Mitra, kindly describe how the planets are situated above the earth as well as underneath it, and also please mention their measurement as well as that of earthly planets. Tiryang manusha devanam sarisrupapatatrinam vadanas sarghasam vyuham garbhasvedadvijodbidam. Also please describe the living beings under different classifications: subhuman, human, those born of the embryo, those born of perspiration, those who are twice born, birds, and the plants and vegetables. Kindly describe their generations and subdivisions also. Gunavatairair vishwasya sarghastityapyayashrayam srujata srinivasasya vyachakshvodara vikramam. Please also describe the incarnations of the material modes of nature, Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara, and please describe the incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his magnanimous activities. Varnashrama vibhagamscha rupashila swabhavataha ऋषीणां जन्मकर्माणि vedasya cha vikaršanam. O great sage, kindly describe the divisions and orders of human society in terms of symptoms, behavior, and the characteristics of the mental equilibrium and sense control. Also, please describe the births of the great sages and the categorical divisions of the Vedas. यज्ञस्य च वितानानि योगस्य च पतः प्रभो नैष्कर्म्यस्य च सांख्यस्य तन्त्रं वा भगवत् स्मृतम्. Please also describe the expansions of different sacrifices and the paths of mystic powers, analytical study of the knowledge, and devotional service, all with their respective regulations. पाषण्डपतवैषम्यं प्रतिलोमविलेशनं जीवस्य गतयो याश्च यावतीर्गुणकर्मजाः. Please also describe the imperfections and contradictions of the faithless atheists, the situation of crossbreeding, and the movements of the living entities in various species of life according to their particular modes of nature and work. धर्मार्थकाममोक्षाणां निमित्तान्यविरोधतः वार्ताया दण्डनीतेश्च श्रुतस्य च विधिं पृथक्. You may also describe the non-contradictory causes of religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, and salvation, and also the different means of livelihood and different processes of law and order as mentioned in the revealed scriptures. Shraddhasya cha vidhim brahman pitrunam sargameva cha graha nakshatra taranam kalavayava samstitim. Please also explain the regulations for offering respects to the forefathers, the creation of the Pitraloka, the time schedule in planets, stars, and luminaries, and their respective situations. Danasya tapaso vapi yacheshta purtayoh palam pravasastasya yo dharmo yascha pumsa utapadi. Please also describe the fruitive results of charity and penance and of digging reservoirs of water. Please describe the situation of the persons who are away from home and also the duty of a man in an awkward position. Yena va bhagavam stushyed dharmayo nirjanardhanah samprasidati va yesham etadakyahi menagha. O sinless one, because the personality of Godhead, the controller of all living entities, is the father of all religion and all those who are candidates of religious activities, kindly describe how he can be completely satisfied. Anuvratanam shishyanam putranam cha dvijottama anaprushtamapi bruyur guravo dhinavatsalaha. O best among the Brahmanas, those who are spiritual masters are very kind to the needy. They are always kind to their followers, disciples, and sons, and without being asked by them, the spiritual master describes all that is knowledge. Tattvanam bhagavamstesham katidha pratisankramaha tatremam ka upasiran kaukidhanusherate kausvidhanusherate. Please describe how many dissolutions there are for the Please describe how many dissolutions there are for the elements of material nature and who survives after the dissolutions to serve the Lord while he is asleep. पुरुषस्य च संस्थानं स्वरूपं वा परस्य च ज्ञानं च नैगमं यत्तद् गुरुशिष्यप्रयोजनम्. What are the truths regarding the living entities and the Supreme Personality of Godhead? What are their identities? What are the specific values in the knowledge in the Vedas? And what are the necessities of the spiritual master and his disciples? निमित्तानि च तस्येह प्रोक्तान्यनघसूरिभिः स्वतो ज्ञानं कृतः पुंसां भक्तिर्वैराग्यमेव वा. Spotless devotees of the Lord have mentioned the source of such knowledge. How could one have knowledge of devotional service and detachment without the help of such devotees? Ye tanme pruchatah prashnan hareः karma vivitsaya etanme pruchatah prashnan हरेः कर्म विवित्सया ब्रूहि मे ज्ञस्य मित्रत्वाद् ब्रूहि मे ज्ञस्य मित्रत्वाद् अजया नष्टचक्षुषः. My dear sage, I have put all these questions before you with a view of knowing the pastimes of Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You are the friend of all, so kindly describe them for all those who have lost their vision. Sarve Vedascha Yajñascha Tapodhanani Chanagha Jiva Bhaya Pradhanasya na kurviran kalamapi. O spotless one, your answers to all these questions will grant immunity from all material miseries. Such charity is greater than all Vedic charities, sacrifices and penances, etc. Shri Shuka Uvacha Saitama Prushu Puranakalp Saitama Prushta Puranakalpaha Kuru Pradhanena Muni Pradhanaha Pravruddha Harsho Bhagavat Kathayam Sanchoditastam Prahasannivaha. Sri Sukadeva Goswami said, thus the chief of the sages, who was always enthusiastic about describing topics regarding the personality of Godhead, began to narrate the descriptive explanation of the Puranas. Being so infused by Vidura, he was very much enlivened by listening on the transcendental activities of the Lord. Thus ends the chapter entitled Further Inquiries by Vidura. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.